All right, so on this channel, I typically tell you what you should do if you want to grow on Instagram, but today I thought it'd be fun to tell you things you should absolutely not do. And I do not condone these tactics. I put in the title of this video, don't do these, but I see a lot of people do them and with varying levels of success. And even if you get success with them, it's very short-lived, but they're kind of entertaining. So in this video, I am going to tell you 5, 6, maybe it's 7, I don't remember. I have a list written down. Spammy tactics that you can use, but you shouldn't use on Instagram to grow. Let's do it up. Let's do it. If you're brand new to the channel and you're seeing me for the first time, my name is Ben and I'm a social media strategist. So what that buzzword means is that talking's tough, so that's not what I do professionally. But what I do is help people grow on platforms like Instagram and YouTube every single day. So if you're trying to do that, do the right thing and click the subscribe button and the bell button so that pesky YouTube will actually show you my videos. So in this one, like I mentioned in the brief intro, we're gonna talk about tactics that some people use, or a lot of people use, that you definitely shouldn't because they are incredibly spammy. And any audience that you build using these tactics won't be valuable to you. So you've been warned. Let's get into them. The first one is one that I see people use all the time, and it's so worn out at this point, but people still use it. And that is when people go live, they make the little tagline saying mentioned you in his or her live or in their live. So then that way you think that they were talking about you and that you come in and join. This is one that's been around for probably years at this point, but people still do it. So if you ever see that where someone says was mentioned you in their live, it's more often than not you weren't actually mentioned. They're just trying to hook you in to come join the live. So I personally don't ever do this when I go live, but if you see it, that's what they're doing. The second tip is also super shady, but luckily I've seen less people do this one over time, and that is altering your profile picture so that it looks like you constantly have a story. So it's editing the picture with a ring around it in similar colors or the same colors as to what it looks like when you have a story, so that people are more likely to click and visit your profile. The goal here is obviously that more people will visit your profile and hopefully you'll be able to convert them. So I've seen some people use this, I've seen far less. So that probably speaks to the fact that it doesn't work very well, but it's one that you can now be aware of. You can take this even a step shadier by using a green ring around your profile picture so that people think it's a close friends story. Again, I don't recommend it, but it's something you can do, and it's something that I've seen people do to get more people to click their profile and come through. Instagram's a shady place. Okay, so, all right, this next one is one that I've only seen once, but I had to mention it in this video because it was so damn funny. And it is another alteration to your profile picture, but this one made it look like the person had no profile picture, and over top of it, they had a fly. So I literally mean like a bug, a fly over it, I guess with the intention that you would maybe think there's a fly on your screen and try to tap it. So again, this would be the exact same thing that you're trying to do with the ring around your profile picture, but this person did it with a fly. So I just popped the screen on what I mean. And I want to know from you, would that make you click their profile? Would it not? I can't lie. That fly made me click it the first time, and I went through and visited their profile. But that is another shady tactic that I have seen people use. Fly on their profile picture. People are getting creative out here. The next tip is one that actually used to be advice on Instagram, and I've spoken about this topic a few times on my channel, but I still believe in the concept when done so totally the right way and not how I'm about to describe it. So it's mass follow unfollow. So the premise here is that you follow a ton of people in hopes that some of them will follow you back, and then you go through and unfollow everyone. That is a terrible way to grow on Instagram. It will destroy your account, and it's just not gonna help you grow or build a good foundation. So don't do that, but there are a lot of people that will do that. So if you get random people following you or random pages following you, that's more often than not what they're doing. They're hoping that you will then follow them back so that they get a follower, but they're more likely just going to unfollow you after. So maybe you just don't want to follow them back in the first place. And maybe we can get to a point where we end follow for follow altogether. I think genuine follow for follow can still work, meaning that you follow someone because you genuinely want their content and they in turn follow you back. But mass follow unfollow is an awful idea. Super spammy. Hate it. Okay, this next one is another one that just made me laugh. So there are some websites where you can go on and type text, which then if you copy it from that website, it'll make it show up on Instagram a little differently than their native text. So maybe you've seen this while going through Instagram, where it looks like they have bold or italic text in their caption or their bio, etc. So I once saw this guy who on his page, he altered his bio with these tools to make it look like he was followed by celebrities. So in bold, he had like followed by and then a bunch of celebrities. So this is, I guess, to try to build some social proof, because if anybody visits your page and they don't look into it too deeply, people may think like, oh, Kylie Jenner follows this guy, I should follow him too. Don't know how well that worked for the guy. I would never try this because the second I saw that, I instantly knew I would never deal with this guy ever, but it is a shady tactic that I wanted to make you aware of so that it is something that people do. So don't always think that the little followed by is legit, because people can make it look pretty similar with these tools and manipulate you that way. Okay, this next one is one that absolutely, if you are doing this on a personal page, this is a god-awful idea, but it's one that people have used on theme pages, and it can actually be successful because of how superstitious people are. And that is including a follow prompt, which would just be like in text, follow, and then your own account. And then typically there's a little reason or justification as to why they should follow you. But some people will take this a step further and be like, follow my account or you're gonna get 5 years of bad luck. So this is a way that will get more people to follow you. Like I've seen it work for people, but again, it's the value of a follower that matters more to me than simply the number of the followers. And if someone only followed you because of their superstitions, they're probably not gonna be a good long-term follower or consumer of your content. So I would not do this. It's super spammy, but I've seen a ton of people do it, and yeah. It can be more than just bad luck. Like I've seen people get really messed up with promising very bad things, but again, just avoid this altogether. This is for entertainment purposes only, okay? Only. So if you're enjoying this kind of anti-advice, please take 2 seconds and smash the like button down below. You'll get 7 years of good luck on Instagram just for doing it. Trust me, I know the irony of doing that, but just like the video. Next, we're talking about bots. And these are things that will do actions for you on Instagram without you having to do anything. So I don't mean Chrome extensions. Like $1.80 is an example of something that's not a bot and that is very unlikely to get you banned unless you're using it in a very inauthentic way. What I'm referring to is bots doing actions on your behalf, whether it be commenting, DMing, liking, following, unfollowing, any of that stuff. Do not use bots. They are an incredibly spammy way to go about using Instagram. And Instagram has evolved to the point where they can detect these kind of things and you will be punished accordingly. These used to work, and they used to work really well. I made some solid money using these strategies when it used to work. We're talking like years back. Most of these bots have gone out of business, but I still get emails from bot providers all the time asking me to feature them in videos. And I'm like, bruh, no, I will not. So avoid bots at all costs and just don't do it, okay? It's not worth the reward because there won't even be a reward because you're gonna get banned. No bots, okay? No bots. Okay, this is one that needs to be addressed, and I've actually made an entire video on this subject. But the next spammy tactic that you can use to grow on Instagram, and I'm gonna say grow in quotes because the growth is absolute BS, is entering giveaways. So just to clarify, I'm not against all kinds of giveaways. I think in a very thoughtful and targeted way, they can be a great tool for growth, especially for businesses. But what I am 100% completely against is loop giveaways. And just to clarify one more time for anybody who may be watching this being like, what the heck is a loop giveaway? A loop giveaway is when an influencer or a group of influencers posts out to their followers saying, follow this list of people to be entered for a chance to win a prize or a group of prizes. So all of the accounts that are in this list paid to be in it. And since these influencers have large followings and obviously people want free stuff, these accounts that paid to get in can grow thousands or sometimes tens of thousands of followers literally overnight. And the sales pitch for these things always is, well, these are real people, which is technically true. They're not bot accounts or ghost accounts. They may as well be because they're not interested in your content. They don't care about you. They want the prize and that's it. So what happens is you're going to grow very quickly. A ton of them are going to unfollow you, and those that don't are never going to interact with your stuff, basically destroying your account, because all this does is give Instagram a ton of bad data on your data on your account, which basically just torches it completely. This is basically a death sentence for your account, especially if you don't fix it quickly. I did this as a test on my own personal account and it was terrible for the account. So if you're interested in hearing more about how bad this is, check out this video right here where I walk through exactly what happened to my account and explain in further detail why you need to avoid this. So next time you get a DM from someone selling this, just delete it instantly. Don't even entertain it. It's a terrible idea. It's awful. Don't do it. So after all this terrible advice, if you want some good advice, be sure to go download my free Instagram checklist in the description box and pinned comment. That'll be a ton of help. And then don't forget to watch this video that's about to pop up because I give you some tips that actually do work and are good advice to help you grow organically in 2021.